So, you did it. You updated to the gorgeous new iOS 26, and now your battery is just tanking, right? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. But don't worry, today we're going to dive into the ultimate guide with tips that actually work to get your iPhone's battery life back where it should be.
And this quote, it absolutely hits the nail on the head. We're talking about that stunning new liquid glass design. It's beautiful, no doubt, but it's a double-edged sword. All those cool, fancy visual effects mean your phone's processor is working overtime. And well, you know what that means. It's just sipping away at your battery.
Okay, let's set the scene. You've just finished the update. Your phone might feel a little warm, and that battery percentage is dropping faster than you can believe. Your first instinct is to panic and start changing settings, right? Well, the absolute first thing you need to do is pretty much nothing. I know, it sounds totally counterintuitive, but trust me, patience is your best friend right now. 48 hours. That is the magic number. You've got to give your iPhone at least 2 full days to just settle in. Even Apple themselves have confirmed this. Right after a big update, performance and battery life can be all over the place. If you start trying to fix it before that time is up, you're basically just chasing a ghost.
So what is actually happening during these 2 days? Why the wait? Well, think of it like this. Your phone is doing a massive spring cleaning in the background. It's re-indexing all your files for search, it's recalibrating the battery, it's optimizing your apps, the whole shebang. This is a huge workout for the phone's processor, and that's why it's temporarily just chugging through your battery like crazy.
All right, so here's your simple game plan for right after you update. First, wait those 48 hours. Seriously, while you're waiting, head right over to the App Store and hit that Update All button. See, app developers are rushing out updates to make sure their apps play nice with the new iOS. And an old, unoptimized app can be a huge battery drain.
Okay, so you've been patient, you've updated your apps, and your phone has had time to chill out. Now it's time to dive in and tackle the big stuff, the system-wide settings that are going to give you the most bang for your buck on battery savings.
First on our list, let's tame that liquid glass effect. This is probably the single biggest visual power drain. When you turn on Reduce Transparency, you'll notice that menus and backgrounds go from that cool, blurry, see-through look to just a solid color. It's a simple change, but it takes a huge load off your phone's graphics processor, and that means, you guessed it, better battery life. This one is a game changer, especially for slightly older iPhones.
Next up is a really simple one, but it's super powerful: Wi-Fi versus cellular. Just think of it like this. It takes way less energy for your phone to talk to a router that's maybe 30 feet away in your house than it does for it to scream for a signal from a cell tower that could be miles away. It's the same principle. So whenever you can, stay on Wi-Fi. It's one of the easiest battery-saving habits you can build.
All right, let's talk power modes. You know, we all know and love the classic low power mode, right? It's your best friend when you dip below 20%. But if you've got a newer iPhone, you also have this adaptive power feature. Think of it as a smarter, quieter version of low power mode. It automatically kicks in and makes little tweaks when it sees your battery usage is higher than normal, but without shutting down all your cool features. My advice? Leave adaptive power on and save the full-on low power mode for those real emergencies.
Okay, let's do a quick lightning round of a few more heavy hitters. First, auto brightness. Just turn it on. Your screen is the #1 battery killer, so let the phone manage it for you. Second, if you have an iPhone Pro, you can limit the frame rate to 60 Hz. Now, fair warning, you're going to lose that buttery smooth promotion scrolling, so that's a trade-off. And third, listen for Hey Siri. If you don't actually use it, turn it off. Why? Because your phone is literally always listening, and that constant listening uses a little bit of power, all day, every day.
All right, we've tackled the big system-wide wins. Now it's time to get a little more granular. Let's zoom in and talk about fine-tuning your apps, your notifications, and even your widgets.
So this is the big question, right? Which apps are the real bad guys here? And you know what? The answer is going to be different for every single one of us. This isn't about making you delete your favorite apps. It's about playing detective and finding out which ones are secretly working in the background, draining your battery when you're not even looking.
And the best part is your iPhone gives you all the clues you need. You just have to go into your settings, tap on battery, and scroll down. You'll see this list of all your apps, showing exactly what percentage of your battery they've been using. The thing you want to look for is background activity. If you see an app way up on that list that you barely even remember opening, well, you've just found one of your culprits.
Let's talk about a classic battery hog, your email. So you've got 2 options, push or fetch.
Think of push like this. Your phone has a constant open line to the email server, just waiting for a new message to pop in. It's instant, but it uses more battery. Fetch, on the other hand, tells your phone, hey, just go check for new mail every 30 minutes, or even only when I tell you to. If you want to see some serious battery savings, switching your email to Fetch manually is a total game changer.
Okay, background app refresh. This might be one of the most misunderstood settings on the entire iPhone. A lot of people think if they turn this off, they won't get notifications. That is not true. All this feature does is let apps preload content in the background. So, my recommendation, either set it to Wi-Fi only, or better yet, go through that list one by one. Ask yourself, do I really need my social media app updating in the background all the time? Probably not. Turn it off for anything that isn't essential.
And hey, let's talk about widgets. We love them, they look great on the lock screen and the home screen, but they have a secret cost. That weather widget that's always showing you the current temperature, it's constantly pinging your location and pulling data. That news widget, same thing. And when you have a bunch of them running, all that background activity really starts to add up. So if you're getting serious about battery life, take a look at your widgets and maybe cut back on the ones that are always refreshing.
All right, so we've dug deep into the software settings, but that's only half the battle. Now we need to talk about your habits, how you actually use your phone day to day. And we are about to bust one of the biggest iPhone myths of all time.
I see people do it all the time. You swipe up to see all your open apps, and you just start swiping them all away. It feels so satisfying, right? Like you're cleaning house and making your phone faster. But I'm here to tell you, stop doing that. It's actually one of the worst things you can do for your battery life.
Okay, so here's why. When an app is just sitting in the background, iOS is smart. It puts the app into a suspended, frozen state. It's barely using any power at all. But when you swipe it up and close it, you force the phone to kick it out of memory completely. So the next time you want to open that app, your phone has to start it up from scratch. It has to fire up the engine, load everything back into memory, and that process uses way more battery than just waking it up from its nap. So seriously, unless an app is completely frozen, just leave them alone.
And finally, let's talk about charging habits for long-term battery health. A few quick tips here. First, lithium-ion batteries don't like being at 100% all the time, so use that setting to limit the charge to 80 or 90%. You'll thank yourself a year from now. Second, definitely keep optimized charging turned on. It learns your routine so the phone doesn't sit at 100% all night. And third, clean energy charging, you can go ahead and turn that off. It's a data gathering feature for Apple. It's not actually doing anything to help your specific battery's health.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, from quick fixes to long-term habits. And look, the goal here is not to make you turn off every single cool feature on your powerful iPhone. That would be no fun. It's all about understanding that there are trade-offs and helping you make the smart choices for how you use your phone.
So, if you walk away from this and only remember 3 things, let it be these. Number 1, reduce transparency. It's the easiest way to fight back against that liquid glass battery drain. Number 2, get a handle on background app refresh. Be the boss of which apps get to work behind your back. And number 3, break that habit of swiping up to close your apps. I promise, iOS is better at managing them than we are.
And that's really what it all comes down to, right? It's this constant balancing act. Do you want the super slick visuals and all the features running at full blast, or do you need your phone to have enough juice to get you home at the end of a long day? There's no right or wrong answer, but now you have all the info you need to find that perfect balance for yourself.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us. I really hope these tips help you get your battery life back under control so you can actually enjoy everything iOS 26 has to offer. We'll catch you on the next one.